What's up, guys? How y'all doing? It's Josh back with another video. Um, yeah, today I just figured I'd come chat or whatever. I had a scheduled live stream with my brother, textual, chatter, and we had a scheduling conflict. So I figured just fire up something, on my own. You know what I'm saying? And let me mute this other thing right here. Let's see. But hey, this your first time here, just go on and subscribe to the channel. Um, like my channel is all about, talking about the Linux operating system as well as helping people get into the tech field. You know what I'm saying? So I figured I would just come on today, since I already had something scheduled and it looked like people were, already in the chat for the other one. So I figured I'd just come on and just, and talk about the CompTIA A plus certification, and if it's still worth it or not. You know what I'm saying? Now, I've talked about my thoughts in the past on CompTIA A plus. I think it's an excellent cert, especially for people that are new to the Linux operations. Or I'm about to go down the Linux rabbit hole. People that are new to the IT field, like working with computer. If you never open up a computer and switched out the RAM, switched out hard drives, you know what I'm saying, and um, just played around inside of a computer, then might be a little, it might be a cert that you want to look into. You know what I'm saying? And then also, in order to be successful in the field, in my opinion, I believe you have to have a solid foundation. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a house. You know what I'm saying? You can't build a house without a solid foundation. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of why I wanted to highlight this or talk about this or pose this question. Um, if is the CompTIA A plus still, you know, still relevant today? And I think it is. You know what I'm saying? And first off, let me shout out a couple more people that's coming through. I see you, Toya the Tutor. Good to see you. Shout out to you. You the first one in here. I really love you. First, what's up, man? How you doing? Tay, what's up, man? That's my man. You know what I'm saying? Tay, how you doing, bro, today? Kev Tech in the building. What's up, bro? And that's the thing. I seen a lot of people live, so I ain't wanna, you know, uh well, if I had my guess, I would have just went forward, but I kind of didn't want to go, live while other people are live, you know what I'm saying? Especially a lot of people that's putting out great information, you know what I'm saying, as well, and because I mean, it don't matter, at the end of the day, we all got our own audiences, but I still, like to, you know, support everybody else. I'm the type of person that want to support other people, you know what I'm saying? So I want, because I don't like being in the spotlight, so to speak. But Kev Tech, my man in the building, Chaos Rain, what's up, bro? He said, "What's good? What's up, man? How you doing?" Kevin, I'm glad you asked the question. Asked that question. He says, "Can you have a Linux and Windows 10 on a single computer?" And yes, you can. There are multiple ways of doing it. So one of those ways is you could dual boot, and this is the way I do not recommend. A lot of people that are new, to working with computers or dual booting, or you don't have any experience dual booting, uh, because you can mess up your computer. You can have it messed up where you can't even get into your Windows 10 operating system. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but the second way of actually doing it is using virtual machines. Most newer laptops, most newer desktops that you'll buy, they have virtualization on the chip, on the processor. So all you gotta do is turn that on in the BIOS. Most of the time it's already turned on, especially if you get a new computer. But you can install VirtualBox, or it's a couple others out there. I know you could do VMware. I think they have a free version of VMware you can install, but you can install, Linux on your Windows 10 computer and just run it within a virtual machine. That's the best way I recommend people doing it. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to mess around with your computer and messing with the bootloader and changing up the bootloader in order to get Windows to dual boot, with Windows, because Windows is going to fight with any other operating system. Well, at least that's my experience. It's going to fight with any other operating system on there and want to take control, especially with this whole UEFI stuff. It's definitely a little bit more difficult to do it. Now, I haven't done it in years, so the information I'm putting out it is kind of dated, but take that with a grain of salt, man. I've had trouble in the past, dual booting computers, Windows and Linux, because they have hard time working it. Well, Windows don't want to work with nobody, no other operating system. They want to be the main operating system. So, shout out to you for that question, though, man. I definitely appreciate it. And let's see. Yeah, and KeepItTechie said it right there. He says, throw it in a VM, dual boot, or throw it in a VM. So he answered it. I didn't even see he answered it, bro. Mr. Awesome, salute to you, bro. How you doing? Tay says nothing much, brother. Yeah, good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. I'm good. I'm hanging in there. Please upload video for Flutter. What is Flutter? I have to look that up right fast. Let's see, Flutter. Let me check that out. And it looks familiar. Build apps for any screen. So software. It's an open source UI software development kit. Okay. All right. Yeah, I definitely create a video on how to actually upload that or install that. I'm sure you can install it on the Linux operating system. Let me see. Unless you're looking for me to, show you how to do it on Windows. I'm not sure. Let's see. Development packages. I'm gonna have to do some research on it, bro, and I'll check it out and see if that works, or see if that's something I could do a video on. I definitely appreciate it though. Let's see. KeepItTechie says much love. Let me know if you ever want to do Active Directory on your channel. Yeah. Hey, I'll let you know. Cause that's something. See, that's the thing. I've always, I guess when I started this channel, it was all about Linux. People seem to be interested in that, so I just kind of stuck with that. I didn't venture out into Windows, even though I do that, in my everyday job. You know what I'm saying? I don't even work with Linux in my everyday job. You know what I'm saying? It's on a Windows environment, pretty much. So, but I do know Windows. And one thing I was gonna do was I'm finna do this pretty soon. I'm gonna release a video pretty soon. I got everything lined up for it, but I'm gonna show people how to install SQL, Microsoft SQL, and then go through, how to set it up. You know what I'm saying? How to get connected to it. And I'm talking about like in a Windows environment. I got a VM set up, and all I really got to do is, go through the motions of installing it and recording it and putting it out there. Just breaking it down how to actually do it, because somebody actually asked me, actually, KeepItTechie, you sent somebody my way. They said they wanted to know how to get some training in Microsoft SQL, and the best advice I could tell anybody is just like what you say, and a lot of other people say, lab every day. You got to set up a lab environment. So the way to practice with Microsoft SQL, really, unless you're paying for a course, is to install Microsoft SQL on a server, or I'm not sure if you can install it on Windows 10. I gotta try it, but I think you can. But yeah, install it, play around with it, and get things working. You know what I'm saying? And that way you could train on it. You know what I'm saying? And then you could add that to your resume. So, and then Tay says, I'm entering myself to pen testing. Yeah, man, check it out, bro. Pen testing is a cool, area. You know what I'm saying? Cybersecurity, pen testing, all that good stuff. I know that's what oh man, Zach is doing. Zach, I think he's doing like pen testing now. So check him out as well, Tay. Zach from IT support. I don't want to mess up his channel name. I got a bad memory, but I think you know who I'm talking about. But Zach, he does. You know, I know he's doing pen testing now, based on what I've seen on his LinkedIn. Lovely Angel Lady says, "Hey KIT fam, hope you're having an awesome Saturday." Yep. Shout out to you, Lovely Angel Lady. That's my wife. She's always here supporting. I appreciate you. Let's see what else. I do a boot Cali with Windows 10. Oh, that's cool. like I mean, it's possible. I wasn't saying it wasn't possible. You know, I hope people ain't take it that way. You can do it. You know what I'm saying? But I just haven't done it in a while. I haven't done it since Windows 10 has been out. So that lets you know how long ago it's been. I think it was like Windows 7 I had a dual boot on. And I remember I had to fight with it, you know, to get it to work properly. But, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Hey, what's up, everyone? Appreciate your work. Oh, appreciate it, Mel. Shout out to you. I definitely appreciate you coming through. Charles Shear, what's up, man? What's happening, man? I see you in the chat. Sir Tice, salute. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Yo, BSD. You had to call. Yeah, I'm watching you from my OpenBSD. Hey, Charles, man. I gotta get with you, bro, cause I tried to get the distro you're involved in. Yeah, Zach Hill from IT Career Questions. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, KeepItTechie. That's exactly, you know, who I was talking about. But yeah, Charles, man, I'm gonna have to pay you for some consulting, man, to get this thing installed, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was having a tough time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get it on there. Now the only other BSD operating system I installed was actually the router. That I can't remember the name of that router. It's basically operating system, and it has a router application on it or whatever. I can't think of the name of it right now. But yeah, it's that's the only other BSD I've ever played around with. I think I did a video on that a while back. Dang, and that's bad. I cannot remember the name of that. I'm about to look it up right fast. Hold on. And I know it's a guy that actually does it. Like does a whole bunch of videos on it. PF Sense, yes, exactly. Thank you, Charles. That's exactly what I was thinking about. PF Sense. So that's the only other BSD distro I ever played around with. So yeah, PF Sense. Thank you guys. So yeah, and KeepItTechie, yeah, I appreciate you sending them my way. I'm trying to work through and help him, you know, as much as I can. I'm about to put together a video. I've already sent him some information. I'm gonna send him some more, you know, to try to get him, you know, set up for his position that he's about to start, I believe. So, yep. Sir Tice, he says install an application. What you mean, man? You want me to install something right now? I'm just playing. Oh yeah, and Windows 11 does have that subsystem for Linux, so you can do that as well. And then it's super dope if you even have a what you call it, a Chromebook. They have a Windows subsystem in there as well. I mean, a Linux subsystem in there as well, where you can install application. You can open up the terminal. You can install Linux applications directly on your Chromebook. So if you got a Chromebook with a good amount of resources, not one of those little cheap ones, because the cheap ones, it's going to be kind of hard to run certain applications, but you can run full-blown applications in Chromium. Linux applications in Chromium, which is I think is super dope. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Definitely dope. Um, let's see. What's up? What's up? Let's see. Yeah. Hey, Charles. I did a video on installing Microsoft SQL Server on Ubuntu. Yeah, yeah. That's actually you can actually do that. It's super dope. You know that you can actually do that. I think I went through and did a video showing people how to do it. But most companies, Windows environment, you know what I'm saying, and so you most likely gonna be working with it on a Windows server, and so that's why I was saying like, I was gonna do a video showing people how to set it up on a Windows either system. I'm sure you can install it on a desktop environment. Oh well, Windows 10, Windows 11, or I mean, if you can't, then I'll have to spin up a server. You know what I'm saying? He says, Sertai said, I got a good application you can do to install on for MySQL. Yeah, man, send it to me, bro. I think I still got your email address. Just hit me up, man. I've been wanting to interview you, man. Talk about what you actually do. You know what I'm saying, Sertai? I wanted to bring you on, man, but I think our schedules kind of conflicted, or you know what I'm saying, all that good stuff. Yeah, and Lawrence Systems. Yeah, Lawrence Systems. That's the guy. He definitely covers PF Sense all the time, man. Um, so Beef Curry says CompTIA Network Plus versus CompTIA A Plus. Now, it's all depending on your level. Um, as far as working with computers and IT in general. So Network Plus is probably a little bit more advanced if you don't understand everything, or all the fundamentals that you'll learn in A Plus, because A Plus builds upon what you need. Well, Network Plus builds upon what you've already learned by going through A Plus, CompTIA A Plus. A Plus. I'm sure it's still the same way, but based on what I remember, it was broken up into two parts. You got your hardware and you got your software. So I know in the hardware portion, they're gonna cover parts of networking as well, and in the software portion, they're gonna cover. You're gonna learn a little bit of the OSI model, and just some base computer networking that you'll get in A plus. Now, Network Plus, on the other hand, it's gonna build on top of it. You're gonna get more advanced concepts in Network Plus. You know what I'm saying? So you wanna at least have those fundamentals from A plus if you want to take Network Plus. And just check this out. Network Plus is like it's basic networking. You know what I'm saying? And I see Charles Shear say that as well. He says it's all about the basics of networking. Exactly. And then you kind of want to get that foundation, especially if you want to go into Cisco, because if you don't understand the foundation, it's going to be very difficult for you to get into, those higher certs where you specialize in. So either take the cert or don't take the cert. You still need the foundation. You still need to understand it. You still need to get that foundation. Go through the training if you want to. If you think you're good with A plus, then just at least go through the training to familiarize yourself with it, and then move on to the higher cert. Because I'm a prime example. I didn't take A plus, but I went to school. My school was considered A plus. Pretty much, I learned about hardware and software. Pretty much everything you would learn under A plus. And so I hopped right in and took Network Plus after I got out of school. So, you know what I'm saying? That's something you can do. So I'm just saying that you need those foundations, those fundamentals, and all that stuff. So if I mean, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Let's see, Lawrence Systems. That's the guy. Yeah. What ended up being your conclusion on A? What ended up being your conclusion on A plus? Oh yeah. Hey, so I kind of answered this sort of Tice, and to be honest, it was a basic question that I just put together right fast because the person I was supposed to interview kind of you know, we has scheduling conflicts. He had some stuff he couldn't show up. So I just put together that question right fast just to get a conversation started, and just kind of I kind of gave my answer in the beginning, but I answered again, no problem. But um I think it's still valid. It all depends on what level you are when it comes into getting into the IT field. If you've never opened up a computer, you never played around with extensive, you know, software, uh, where you had to go in a configuration file, you know, different things like that. I think A plus is good. You know, A plus is a good foundation. You know what I'm saying? And what I related it to was a house. You know what I'm saying? You can't build an awesome house without a solid foundation. You know what I'm saying? And I look at A plus as a fundamental or a foundational cert that can help you, you know, be successful in the field. Yeah, and then of course eventually specialize. I'm not saying you have to take the A plus cert, and that's why I clarified it a little earlier. You can go through the training, you know what I'm saying, or just take some random training. There's plenty of A plus resources out here that can at least get you up to speed where you understand A plus, and then you can skip it if you need to. You know what I'm saying, my man? That's why I always talk about my man Tech G. He has basically a full A plus course for free on his YouTube channel, where he goes through everything that they cover within the A plus exam. So if that gets you up to speed where you can take some of these other certs, then you know what I'm saying, that's the route you want to take. Like I said, everybody starts in IT somewhere, you know, and they on different levels. So it all depends on your personal situation. You know what I'm saying? And he says, I didn't even know that cert was still around. Yeah, it's still around. And still a lot of people there's a lot of people getting into the IT field taking those certs, and it's helping them. He says, love to give my opinion on these certs topics. I got you, man. If you wanna come up, I send you an invite. Says stopping in. Oh, and Twisting the Game. What's up, man? How you doing? Hey, shout out to those guys over there. They give out great crypto, you know, advice, and I go check them out, you know, whenever I can. I definitely appreciate you guys stopping by. I gotta check y'all out. I haven't been over there in a minute because I don't know. I'm not really a crypto guy. I just kind of went over there off the strength of Thai City, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to y'all. Yeah, I mean, the information I've got thus far, you know, has been great. So you guys are on point with it, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate you stopping by, checking out the channel and all that good stuff. I definitely appreciate it. Citizen Lou. Oh, KeepItTechie. He says A plus expires in October this year, I believe. 1001, 1002. Read the CompTIA A plus objectives to see what's on the exam. Yeah, let me check it out, man. I'll pull that up. That'll be something I can pull up right fast. That what while we talking about it. Citizen Lou said I was really weak. Hold on. I lost where I was at. Hold up. I was really weak on networking fundamentals. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, to be a well-rounded, and that's just my opinion, to be well-rounded, I think in the IT field, you need those fundamentals of understanding computers in general or IT in general, and A plus, in my opinion, gives you that, you know, especially if you've never been in it or if you've never worked in the field and you don't understand how it all works. Let's see. I took CCNA for my associate's degree. Yeah, and you definitely can hop right into those specialized certifications. That's why I say a degree, I think, is, especially if it's in IT, you're gonna learn those fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? You can hop right in and start specializing at that point. You know what I'm saying? Charles Sherry says all people seem to need data processing network layer. Yeah, definitely. Citizen Lou, you need the network fundamentals for cloud. Yeah, so Network Plus is awesome. It's an awesome cert that'll help you out as well. So you can understand the cloud. That's one thing people don't talk about. They just say, oh, just hop into the cloud. You know what I'm saying? Go take this AWS practitioner's cert, which is like a A+ cert, but for the cloud. At the end of the day, it's just showing you how to operate the cloud platform. That's all the practitioner cert is for. It tells you the pricing, how to set up the E2, set up all your little virtual machines and all that stuff, and just an overall understanding of how the cloud works. But in order to get those high positions, you got to get those higher certs. The practitioner cert is, and they all have it. So GCP, Google Cloud Platform, Azure, they have a somewhat of a practitioner's cert as well. It's a base cert. It's like the A+ of the cloud. You know what I'm saying? And so you still have to understand networking. You have to understand a lot of these different, fundamentals in order to work in the cloud as well. So it applies in that area as well. And that's based on my knowledge, based on what I've seen, and based on the training I've been through, and based on my experience and how I've excelled in the IT field. The fundamentals have been key. They have helped me in every step of the way in my IT career. I've always leaned back on a lot of foundational information. So that's why I always push fundamental information. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for your answer. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Let's see. Oh, Professor Black Ops, man, what's up, bro? Yeah, he says more knowledge never hurts. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to you, bro. I might go down and open up the I go down and open it up right fast. Professor Black Ops, or anybody that wants to come up, I'll just put a link down in the chat right fast. And now it's Google, guys. I'm gonna have to probably set up a, let's see. Let me set up something right fast. If anybody want to come up and talk about this, we can. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, just give me 1 second, guys. Let's see. Stream interview solo. Right there. There we go. So meets. Let's add this in. And I already have it open. I'm gonna put the link in the chat right fast too. There we go. All right. So let me drop that in. All right. All right, cool. So you got to log into your or it's Google Meets. So you got to be in Google in order to, or you got to be on your Google account or whatever. So let's see if we can get everybody in here. Whoever wants to show up, you can. Let's see, Meets. If anybody want to come up, you can. Oh, and shout out to you, KeepItTechie. Thanks, man, for the coffee. I definitely appreciate it. I'm gonna definitely buy some coffee. What's up, Super 79? What's happening? Says PC, man. I definitely appreciate it though, KeepItTechie. Definitely. So that's the link. If anybody want to get in, I go down and let's pin it right fast. And let's try to get this other thing going. Uh-oh, here we go. Let's see. I'm about to get you. Hey, what's up, man? So, give me 1 second, okay? All right. Yeah, I can hear. Yeah, I can hear you. Just give me 1 second, 1 second, bro. Yeah, I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, man. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Solo. And yeah, just give me 1 second, guys. I'm coming. I'm trying to get this thing right so I can get everybody on here. Yeah, whoever wants to come up, you know what I'm saying. The link is down in the description of the video. So, or not. All right. All right, all right. Hold on, hold on. All right, so I brought on my man Sir Tice. What's up, bro? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, I can hear you. Perfect. Yep. Unix systems administrator. Yes, I have. I've seen it. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Discouraged that I often hear all the time is, and I've been in this for 20 plus years, and I'm a systems engineer basically. KIT, I do pretty much everything except like I know that you're a Unix guy, but you also do a lot of DBA things, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I run your basic queries, if you will, but I'm the guy, Mr. Troubleshooter, that'll come. A system is slow. We have to do some performance tweaks on it. Right now, I'm working on this project. I have multiple projects I work on, right?
Mm-hmm.
I work on this one project where one of the things we work on is the scaling of servers for Thursday night football, right? And we build the infrastructure for some Bitcoin mining servers. Have you ever heard of something called Morpheus?
I've heard of it, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
So Morpheus is basically this orchestration tool that it can manage your Google Cloud, Azure Cloud, your own corporate cloud, your own private cloud, and such. So you basically look in one console, if you will, rather
Mm-hmm.
than just logging into each interface. So we build up these things, things like that, and then a lot of modifying configuration files and things of that nature. But that's just kind of some brief. And we could have a store. We should have a program where we discuss our war stories and how we've troubleshot things, that's what I would really love to discuss, with you. But just
Yeah.
real quick on the certs. I Okay, if you're talking about somebody fresh off the street that knows nothing about a computer, not know what a mouse is, not know even what a USB keyboard is, yeah, read the book. I wouldn't necessarily put this on any resume unless you're trying to be at the help desk, okay? Or desktop support. But if you want to learn it, I say learn it, that way. I would advise people to build their own computer if they want to know the basics of those things. Now,
Mm-hmm.
it was something that you said that really did resonate with me, and I totally agree with you on, is about the fundamentals. Man, just knowing the basic things and how to troubleshoot something, like for example, have you ever heard of CertBot? I'm just gonna give you a real world
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you in the audience, CertBot is this tool that allows you to basically use Let's Encrypt, which are free certificates, and it'll basically do your certificate renewal process for you in a nutshell. Man, just me knowing things like Netcat, how to see what ports are available, I can then refer these issues like it's not just broken, here's where it is broken, okay? Or you do an LSOF on this, you see what's running. This is where I think now the Network Plus, that is a very good fundamental, where someone can get inside, because even if somebody's a developer, I think they need, I saw my brother salute to him, they need to know these basic troubleshooting concepts, because, and I'll end on this note, with working on this Morpheus project that I'm working on right now, man, I've worked with mostly developers. These guys know absolutely nothing. I mean, they barely even know VI. And I'm like, guys, I know you guys are, how do you not know this? So I went through a whole day just showing them VI, how to look into various configuration files that we were running problems with when we were trying to pull things from Git. So that's just kind of my thoughts on it. Feel free to take it over there. Damn, I hope I didn't run the other brother off.
Nah, you good. Nah, you good. But I mean, I get what you're saying, bro. But like, I don't know. It's just for me. I don't know though. I mean, I just look at it like this: the fundamentals have helped me. You know what I'm saying? So I just recommend that to other people. Oh man, he keeps switching
How
up
do
on
you
me.
think?
Hold on.
How do you think that knowing how to which slot a video card is gonna needs to be? I'm not being contentious with you, but those are basic things that, I mean, right now
Now,
we're in an era of,
I do understand that a lot of kids nowadays are coming out of high school understanding a lot of this stuff. A lot of them are, but not everybody. And so there are people that need to just talk about the fundamentals as well, because it is out here in order to help people uh get into this field. It's especially if they're not 100% tech savvy. A lot of this stuff is easy for me and you because we've been doing it forever. So yeah, I mean, you can sit there and say it, like, oh, this is something you probably don't need to do, but some people actually do. Not everybody is able to pick up this stuff, and I don't know like your schooling, but I remember people was having trouble with just basic computer stuff that I knew, because I was one of those kids that took apart a computer when I was staying with my parents. I was one of those kids that was uh burning music and selling it to the other students in my class. Not everybody had computers and was doing stuff like that and playing
right.
with software that I was playing with as a child. Not everybody has that savvy, that tech savviness, kind of like it's almost built into them, in your mind already. Not everybody has that. So
Yeah,
that's my point on it.
I'll let Super go, but I get it. You're talking about somebody from a beginner. Now, I will say this: I had a nephew. Had my nephew, whatever. One day he was just 12. He was like 12 or 13 years old. And I'm like, I'm sick of you, or whatever, asking me what to do. You've grown up with technology. You're gonna build this computer right now. I'm sick of this. And he looks at his father, and his father looks at him like, Yeah, listen to what he said. And then, sure enough, I walked him through how to build it. And sure enough, he's taking pictures of it. Now he's a computer science major. But my point is that these kids who come up with, if you can use the technology, you can come up with it. You can watch these YouTube videos that gives you just the basics. What I'm saying, though, in the real world, as you know, unless you're going to be in tech support,
Right.
heck, they just usually send you a new laptop now in this remote era. You know, it's not because I got my start in this, or cut my teeth in this. Damn, I can't believe it's been that long. In the '90s, doing desktop support. You know, and back then, and it was just. By the way, I'm gonna let you go because she's running something that's a noise in the background. So let me go on mute.
Okay. Hey, go ahead, Superman. What you got, bro?
Hey,
I
how's it going,
appreciate you coming
Techie?
through. What's happening, man?
Not much. Thanks to you, man. You're the reason I started Linux. I got the book like you.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I was already studying Amazon cloud.
Mm-hmm.
But majority of the people that I consulted with, they do not like CompTIA religiously. I kid you
Yeah.
not. The one guy, there's even, what was it? Is it Cloud Architects? There's a guy on YouTube that I was getting some advice from, and he said it's useless for the specific industry, especially the cloud. Now, I try to get more info from him, but he didn't elaborate. But going through some job searches, I've noticed that they prefer CompTIA as a start off for people with no experience.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah. That's 100% true. CompTIA
And
is, if you look at it, it's kind of like that industry standard to help people get into it. You know what I'm saying? And that's based on what I've seen.
but also because I try to get as much info, I'm on Twitter, and on Twitter, you damn near don't even hear much about CompTIA because most of the people on there, they just get in with no experience or just take a couple of classes, you know. So for me, I'm wondering, is CompTIA a good baseline so you will get noticed since that's the one that a lot of recruiters see, or is it just
It depends on the
on
position.
demand?
It depends on the position.
Yeah.
But I'll let KIT give his thoughts and I'll give mine.
No, I 100% agree with what you said. It's all depending on the position. Like for instance, the reason let me say it this way. One of the reasons I push CompTIA because I do government work. I work for the government, DOD, and that's part of that 8570, standard that they have to have as far as certifications go. Yeah, they are a higher search than that, but Security Plus is one of them. You know what I'm saying? It's CompTIA, and that's heavily used in the government. It's heavily used in the Department of Defense, Department of Energy, any of these organized at 3-letter agencies you're trying to get into. CompTIA is pretty much the standard of certification. So, I get it. Some people, some people kind of, I don't know. In my opinion, people harp on it because they never actually took the search or they never looked into it. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's something they have taken and it didn't really help them. But in other positions that I've seen, it does help you be successful in your field. So I don't know.
My thoughts are simply, okay, you have two. How do I best say? I'm gonna end on this. I know a guy, and I know very little about storage, but we definitely need it nowadays. Man, this guy easily is pulling 130 in, and all he knows is storage. Now, I personally think that that's kind of limiting. Personally, I like to know a variety of things, but I'm just saying there's so many other tracks we could be pushing. Like one of the things, I said at the Manosphere meetup, when I spoke, I said, I'm going to give you guys 5 skills that'll last you guys a lifetime. Learn the command line, okay? Learn the command line, period. I said, all this stuff you guys are talking about cloud, right? You're talking about cloud and all this stuff. Okay, you're not going to be clicking through, grabbing this C2 option and all this. You're going to want to look at this AWS CLI tool and modify this. When you know that, your skills will then transfer to more things, to more technology. That'll be more transferable than knowing how this PCI slot, that fits. I can't even remember the stuff, but I'm being facetious on one hand, but and if you put that on, I've interviewed over 200 people. Okay, I don't believe in throwing people's resumes away, but my colleagues, they see A+, they're trash. They're like, why the hell would you list this? But because they're looking at it as, this is not a starter type position. This is more of a mid-level to upper-level position. I'm just giving you the real world. I said I didn't do it, but my colleagues are like, man, here's another dumb college kid who thinks he knows everything because of this or whatever. I've heard these conversations. I want to give the whole perspective. That's all I'm saying. I'd rather brothers talk to somebody like myself or KeepItTechie who's been in this industry and they can tell you about, okay, you like data, maybe you should try to be a DBA and learn SQL. Actually, I think learning SQL I put that number 2 next to the CLI that people should try to learn. You can just write your ticket knowing SQL alone. Shout out to Sub-Zero. He's more on the database track. But I was just saying about the interviewing, man, it's brutal out there, and people just think they can just take a cert and just jump into this. You got people who resent people like that. It's like, no, I cut my fee. No, I'm telling you what it is, whereas I'm saying, talk to people about like, okay, well, what is it that you like to do? Or what I used to do is I would job shadow with people and see what they did, but I've hogged it up enough.
But so can you guys hear me? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I think we saying the same thing, but the way you saying it, like, okay, if you go to a job that's paying $100,000 a year, you don't obviously want to go in there with A+. I mean, that's obvious. You want to have the skills that they require for the position. I mean, we saying the exact same thing. I'm just saying that A+, it gives you the fundamentals. Okay. I mean, you're not going to use that in a position that you're interviewing for that pays $100,000 a year. You're going to use whatever they put in the job description for what you're trying to go to. So A+, I mean, you can't just keep saying that A+ is irrelevant. It's not irrelevant. It's the foundations that you need in order to get into the IT field if you've never been into the field at all. That's all I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you go into some special AWS position without any AWS certs. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that the fundamentals are there. You can learn that as well as your AWS cert. So you want to have those certifications that they require for the position. So, I mean, I've never heard of anybody going in just because they have A+ on their resume, that their resume is just going to be thrown out, especially if they have AWS certs on top of that, as well as GCP certs on top of that. So we're saying the exact same thing. So I don't get your point in I mean, it just doesn't make sense. If you have the search for the position and you have A+ on there, they're not going to exclude you. You have the search for the position on top of it.
As somebody who's worked also for the government, worked on Obamacare when that fiasco was launched and they hired us in, I've been in several of these meetings. Where people will look over, like, they're trying to see, okay, what's his background and what's this? And when you reach a certain level, there's certain things you're going to knock your resume, like if you have 10 plus years, like right now, I'm in a scenario, I don't want to say I have 20 plus years, because I don't want to get potentially age discriminated, right?
Yeah.
Just because it's never happened to people doesn't mean it doesn't happen, okay? So I'm just giving you that scenario. And yes, people listing these basic certificates. Now, if you got other ones, that's fine. More or less, they're looking more at your experience. I think, again, we're talking more about entry-level positions where that would be perfect. Okay, if you're at a help desk or first level support or something like that, or maybe second level support, you're like, okay, this person does understand the fundamentals or what have you, That's where I was speaking of it from. But at a higher, as someone 3+ years in it and still listing that, no. It's gonna, and I'll tell you where it's gonna really affect it. It's gonna affect their negotiating power there, because they want to see more than just that. And it screams, okay, this is someone who's just starting off.
And that's why I keep saying we saying the exact same thing, because okay, if they have that on there, they have that on there. But if the position requires a higher certification in order for the person to get hired, they're not gonna just exclude that person because they have A+ on there, as well as AWS, as well as GCP, or whatever position that they're going for. That's just more training that this person has went through. I mean, that's looked at as, okay, this person went through this training for A+, passed it. Okay, this person went through AWS as well, passed it. Ooh, they're super qualified. They have more skills. Not saying it's 100% more skills, but they do have, a track record of actually going through training and passing, no matter what it is. That's all I'm saying, bro. I mean, I get where you're coming from. I mean, at a certain point, I take up, like, look at it this way. My resume, I don't even put my high school that I graduated from high school on anymore on my resume, because it takes up space. I just have my college degrees on there. So as you move up, you're going to remove things that are not relevant to what you're going for. So I wouldn't put yes, I'm CompTIA certified in Network Plus, but if I'm going for a analyst position or a database position, I'm going to exclude my CompTIA Network Plus. That's why I say we're saying the exact same thing. I'm not going to put Network Plus, even if I had CCNA, which is highly specialized, and I was going for a database administration and I was going for a database administration course, I wouldn't put my CompTIA Network Plus on there, or my CCNA on my resume, because it doesn't relate to the position that I'm going for. You see what I'm saying? So that's my whole point. I'm not saying, I don't know, bro. That argument is just, I don't know, bro. I mean,
let me jump in there, Techie.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
I think from his perspective, because what I was bringing up was from the one guy, he specified, because a lot of these newbies that get these God, what's the name of this certificate? I just forgot. The A+, not A+, the other one. He was basically saying that when they get that certification, it's the end all be all. They go in there expecting high pay.
Yeah.
And what he's saying is that's a good basis, but there's a lot of boot camps that gas people up with these that they do a terrible job just giving them basics through the training, whatever, 4 or 5 months, don't give them the technical, and they're up with their chest out in an interview with that, CompTIA, when there are a bunch of other ones. Now, I will use myself as an example. So let's say I'm looking for a job in Amazon, right? And all I have is the cloud practitioner. And here there's somebody who has the CompTIA plus the cloud practitioner. Who do you think gets the look first?
The cert versus the boot camp?
The CompTIA, right? The guy with CompTIA
versus.
Hold on, I missed it.
No, I don't know which one you're saying.
I was trying to make a distinction. If I was looking for a job, all I have is the cloud practitioner certificate, right, and the next person has a cloud practitioner plus CompTIA. Obviously, they will get a first look than me, correct?
No. Do you have any experience?
Both no experience.
At AWS, did you say?
Yeah. I just a random hypothetical question.
He's basically saying somebody that just has that AWS cert and then another
Right.
person that has AWS and a CompTIA cert along with it.
Under, understood. And I'm
Yeah.
saying neither of you would have looked because you have no experience.
Are you sure?
I'm 90% sure, unless they're going to have some entry-level development program, but not at AWS.
Well, yes. I mean, I'm not saying expecting
No,
to
I'm
go
saying
in 200.
if we're talking about at Amazon, if we're talking specifically at Amazon, no.
Right.
Right. And I know because I've interviewed for them and I've gotten an offer there, but they are hardcore.
Okay, so you
Not for entry
need
level.
a lot more support and entry level certificates and experience.
Listen, it's a little bit different. Now, I see where you're coming from. Let's not say a company like AWS, right? Let's say a good startup, right? Or small startup, or just a company that needs some good IT support. Yeah, they probably say this person who has more certs, they have a better understanding of it. But what I said, and I'm keep propping up this meetup, KIT. One of the things I said at the meetup, and I'm glad it didn't get out, but I'll say it publicly, is I said, guys, I think you'll agree with this, KIT, more than important than cert and experience, I'd like to see more projects listed on your resume. Okay, what did you set up this website? It has a back end, it has a back end database that collects this or what have you, or what business problems that you solve or whatever. And there's plenty of things on YouTube that you can literally go out there and mimic and do. KIT was talking about something earlier about doing a SQL install, and I said I got a perfect application that you could use, and this is a tax application. It runs on Windows, and you can use either Oracle or SQL backend, right? And you just basically follow the vendor's instructions on how to install the application, right? Now, you could describe that, hey, install a tax-based application that is able to retrieve sales tax information from various states and municipalities, right? And they'll say, wow, talk us through this. Oh, well, I got the package from the vendor and this, and I had to modify these files. I had to make sure that these servers talk to each other through this port. That's more valuable than, in fact, I've seen people who've had their projects bullet pointed out. And I'm like, hey, walk us through this project, through this interview, because what they're really looking for during an interview is, okay, he's going to have to learn something anyways, but why not? Let's just see how trainable they are. So, so that's it. And like I said, I'm moving out, so you may be seeing people coming through back and forth. So
yeah, no problem.
But yeah.
No problem. But no, I mean, I
does that make
100%
sense?
agree with you. No, I 100% agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always push, people to set up their own lab, and that's one way to get some form of experience. If you've actually done some type of project or get involved with on GitHub or GitLabs with different projects, that'll help you as well. You know what I'm saying? And also, I'm sure you know about this, Sir Tice, but the store interview process, or the store, not the store interview process, but the store fundamentals. What is it? I can't remember off the top of my head. The 4 letters mean something, but look into it. It's the store interview process. I'll just say process, but is basically a way of formulating your answers so you can explain what you've done with projects and all that stuff. And if you've interviewed with AWS, and sorry that he dropped off, but yeah, if you've interviewed with AWS, that's part of what they use in order to do that. Yeah, the answer model. Exactly, you're right. The store answer model. No code.
What are you talking about? Like, what was the problem? The impact and the solution.
I mean, they should have sent you. They should have sent you all that information when you interviewed for AWS. I interviewed for AWS as well a while back, and they send out all this documentation. In order to get you ready for the interview. If you've never interviewed for AWS, then that's something you want to look into. And then I realized once I saw it, I was like, that's what I've always done through the interview process anyway, is use that. I just never called it store
Yeah,
answer model. Yeah.
it's a sweat. AWS is a sweatshop.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. You know, it's
Can
Yeah.
you elaborate?
you will be in meetings and working all the time.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
kind of like what we hear people go through on the line.
yeah. But I'm gonna go on it. I'm gonna have to end this though. I appreciate you guys coming up, and Sir Tice, I appreciate you, giving your thoughts on this, you know what I'm saying, and definitely coming through. And we definitely have to link up, bro, because I definitely wanna do an interview
Yeah, I got
style,
an idea.
get
I got
together.
an idea.
Uh-huh.
Yep, I got an idea for a show, so I'll shoot it to you on email.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good, man. And shout out to everybody, that actually came through. And hey, let me let you guys get y'all last words if y'all want to, and then I'll close it out after that. So go ahead, Super, if you want to get some closing thoughts.
I just want to thank you. Ever since I found your channel, it's been very, very informational. I mean, like I said, it's almost like, I don't say a godsend, but it's so much synchronicity as of the last year with, I'm doing a change of career. I got the Amazon stuff. I started just, spinning up instances, and I realized most of them are Linux. And then your YouTube channel pops up, and here you are with that book saying you got to study this Linux, and I ordered a book, and my goodness, it's a tough read, but being my first time studying Linux, but I'm already getting it. I already got Ubuntu booted in my old computer, even though it's not.
And really, what that book is for is to help you remember. It's not really to teach you, but it's just to help you remember the commands. Like
command, yes,
it's like so many commands out there. It's hard for you to actually remember them all. So
that's a tough. You gave him an O'Reilly book, dog. That is a.
Listen, I know there's some heavyweights on Amazon. I've been researching.
Those are Riley books. I mean, this one I'm trying to get you. It's called Think Linux, right? Or
Think Linux.
It's a real easy read. Those O'Reilly books are pretty damn thorough. I'm trying to see if I can look at one on my shelf for one right now. They're pretty thorough, no doubt. But man, they are intense. Okay, it's
a little bit.
They're it's not a book that you I'm trying to see if I see one on my shelf here or whatever. But it's not a book. I see them more as reference books.
Yes, exactly.
That you can actually read through. They are. Like I said, they have great reference points. I'm gonna find one. I'm just looking at my shelf right now.
Glad you said that one is Think Linux or Think UXI.
Think Unix.
Blue cover.
And you can get it real cheap too. Don't buy these books
hardcover.
Try to find the ones that are used or what have you. It's a pretty thin book. It just walks you through, like, talks about regular expression, how to use the man redirection in pipes, things like that. KIT, we definitely want to do a troubleshooting show with you, or just talk about, like, things that you've done in your career and mine. And we trade notes, things like that, because I used to go to a users group where we would do this, and then we would learn off of each other. Like right now, I'm having this issue with this cert bot thing. This cert is about to expire tomorrow, and
it should automatically update for you, because I've done a video on CertBot, and
you did. They didn't set up the cron. They didn't set up the cron on it correctly.
Oh, okay. So I could probably help you. Yeah, I mean, I know you. I mean, you good. You know what I'm saying. But I can, if you need help, just let me know.
I'll reach out to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll reach out to you tomorrow. If that's the case, then we can do a little remote session. So
okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate it. And nice meeting you, Super.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks for the book recommendation.
All right. Yeah, I got a couple more too, but we'll just one at a time.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be paying attention. I'll be listening. Thank you, Techie. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, Super. And shout out to you, Sir Tice, as well, for coming through. But hey, I'm sorry, I kind of cut you off. You want to go on and finish? I'm sorry.
No, it's just
Okay.
basically just really appreciative of you. I mean, it's I like listening to a lot of people, but it's been hard to see a lot of brothers as of late. You have been leading me to Professor Black Ops, and there's a couple of other guys,
Hmm.
but because you're the main guy in Linux, you're the only brother in Linux.
Yeah.
That kind of helps. I mean, I do get info from everybody else. I'm not
Yeah.
prejudiced, I'm just,
Yeah.
but it's good to see somebody in the industry telling us the inside. I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No problem, bro. No problem. And I appreciate you supporting and everything. And I'm I'm just doing what I can to try to help people because I remember when I've told this story on my channel multiple times. Like I remember when I was first learning Linux or whatever. I saw it's a lot of people out there talking about Linux, but none of them actually look like me. Not that it's a problem or anything. I mean, but I was like, okay, well, I think in order to get more, people of color or black people in general, to get interested in this stuff, I mean, they need to hear from. Not that that's the only way they can learn, but they need to, see an example. So I was like, well, I could try to be that example to try to, push this information out to, to people that look like me and people that's, where
A
from where
very
I'm
different
from and all
perspective.
that stuff. Yeah, yeah,
Very
exactly.
different.
So,
Yeah.
but I appreciate you coming on, man. I definitely appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yep. All right. Have a good one, bro.
All right, you too. Peace.
All right. Peace. All right, guys. So I definitely appreciate it. That was a great conversation. I definitely appreciate those two guys coming on. That was awesome. I didn't expect that. I didn't even expect to have this many people in the chat and everything. I definitely appreciate it. And it looks like the stream kind of went out for a minute. So you guys might have missed some of it. Hopefully it caught it during the because sometimes YouTube will record the video, even though it then lost a little bit of connection. So I don't know if it's gonna catch it or not, but hopefully you guys caught it, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. So I definitely appreciate everybody coming through again. I appreciate everybody that donated, and just like what Kev Tech just said, check out my Linux course. You know what I'm saying? It's free for anybody that wants to learn Linux. It's an introduction to Linux. I'm not the best teacher, but I did my best to put together a course based on my knowledge of Linux as well as documentation that I looked through and came up with a easy to learn course for anybody that's interested in learning Linux. And like what you guys are saying in the chat, Linux is ran in the cloud, so that's definitely important skill that you want to get no matter what area of IT in the cloud that you're trying to get into. But shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to everybody that donate. Just go on and check out the course. And you guys have a wonderful Saturday. And you guys already know, but keep it techie.